All right, so once again, live. Coming in with Chak. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, peace, peace. What's the word?
Not much, man. Snowy day, icy day.
Oh yeah, it was kind of. We had cold. It rained damn near all day yesterday. Then today, still cold weather, 40s. So
Mm,
yep, it's supposed to be getting some more weather. I think
mm. Well,
44.
they said they got a, what's it called, recall, tuna recall.
It's 6 minutes after 6 now, and time for your morning headlines. President Trump warned Hamas to release all Israeli hostages by Saturday afternoon. Hamas has paused the release of hostages, claiming that Israel is not following the terms of the ceasefire agreement. Now, it pinpointed to continued attacks in the Gaza Strip and not allowing Palestinians to return to northern
Well, that's
Gaza.
supposed to be on.
Meanwhile, President Trump signed proclamations imposing 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports. The president says that will help American companies and will apply to all imports without exceptions. He says more tariffs will be announced soon, including on car imports. Check your pantry. The FDA says Tri-Union Seafood is recalling canned tuna due to possible botulism contamination. The tuna was sold by several major retailers under various brand names, including HEB, Trader Joe's, and Genova, sold at some Costco's, Publix, Safeway, and other locations, and as the Van Camps label at some Walmart stores. No illnesses have been reported so far. If you have a can, though, you are urged to throw it away. And a big change on the maps that you use every single day. Google has officially updated its maps to rename the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. The change follows an executive order by President Trump to rename the area. Google says folks in Mexico will still see the Gulf of Mexico displayed on their maps, while everyone outside the U.S. will now see both. The tech giant says it follows government updates to official geographic names, and this change reflects the administration's directive. As you get ready to head out, you're just going to need to give yourself a little.
Okay. What's mighty interesting about that, they say um that the recall, they ain't got no cases yet, anybody being sick, but they still recalled it. That's just kind of crazy. Uh, future planning. Wouldn't you say? You hear me? Shaq.
you.
Yeah, what you think about the tuna recall?
I don't know, man. I ain't tuned in a long time. It's been some years since I had some tuna.
Hmm. Well, let's put it this way. Something ain't sounding right. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, well, what makes them do the tuna recall if they ain't got no outbreaks, no cases? Then what makes them all of a sudden, after all this time?
You heard what they said. They said there was nobody that got sick yet. So they said, I said, what is it, precaution? What they doing?
Man, I have no clue.
Well, I do know one thing. Been a lot of stealing the eggs lately. As a matter of fact, speaking of Trader Joe's is limiting how many eggs you can buy. They say you can come in and buy 1 dozen per day.
Mm.
It says there's a major egg shortage in this country. And they say people is robbing, taking trailers and taking 100,000 eggs off the trailer.
Mm.
I don't know if I believe that.
Was it?
I don't know if I believe that now, though.
Was that?
I'm about to show it to you. Thieves running off with all these eggs.
The national egg shortage continues. Thieves were caught on camera stealing more than 500 eggs from a restaurant in Seattle. And while you probably check your eggs to make sure none are broken, these days you have to check to make sure you get a full dozen. As Jim Murray reports, people are snatching eggs right out of the carton.
A brazen heist as thieves break into a shed and grab the goods, stashing everything into the getaway van. Now, round 2. The bad guys grab more stolen goods. Back and forth they go, running in the slippery snow. So what's so valuable? Eggs. Thieves made off with 540 eggs. This follows last week's great egg robbery when 100,000 eggs were stolen from a distributor in Pennsylvania. It's happening as bird flu cases surge, sending egg supplies plummeting and egg prices soaring. I spoke to the owner of Luna Park Cafe in Seattle, where the bandits struck. Did you ever in a million years think that you would be the victim of an egg heist?
No, I never. I've owned the restaurants for 18 years and I've never had a theft in my restaurant.
At this market in Los Angeles, I found lots of egg shelves bare and a sign warning of supply shortages.
Wow, look at that.
At this Costco in New York City, Inside Edition producer Emma Cady found signs declaring 3 egg cartons per customer. But this shopper is loading up his cart with lots more.
There's signs that say there's only 3 eggs per customer.
The shopper said he didn't know. Promptly returned the eggs.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. Yeah. Sound like the Hunger Games to me. Why they only taking eggs? That's another question. They ain't got nothing else to take.
Man, what area is in, man?
They said that was in Seattle.
Man, I don't know, man. It better be these motherfuckers. Because who would know? Who would know about that? Unless they've been put on, oh, it's okay to take these eggs. I don't know about. They ain't got motherfuckers, black motherfuckers who got shot, nigga, for this being accused to take stealing shit.
Well, let me. I got a couple talk about these battery fires.
Erupts into flames during the busy evening rush in Delaware County. Hundreds of passengers forced to evacuate as emergency crews arrived on the scene near the Crumlin station. The cause of the fire still under investigation tonight. Thursday nights in the big story in Action News is the scary moments aboard that Wilmington Newark line. The SEPTA regional rail train was carrying 350 passengers when the fire broke out, and tonight's service remains suspended. Action News reporter Brianna Smith live at the scene with the very latest. Brianna.
Rick, SEPTA says it was a rush hour train, so it was fully packed, but thankfully there are no reported injuries at this time. And you just missed it. Crews towed that damaged train out of here to evaluate it. And now SEPTA is trying to determine how the fire started, but they say people were alerted by the smell of smoke. Fierce flames and thick plumes of smoke poured from underneath this SEPTA train carrying about 350 passengers on Thursday night.
The first car of the train was engulfed in flames, but by that time, passengers fortunately had been evacuated. Our crew had been evacuated as well.
SEPTA spokesperson Andrew Bush says this 6-car train was traveling from Philadelphia to Wilmington when it caught on fire near the Crumlin station in Ridley Park around 6 p.m. However, passengers say they noticed a strange scent shortly after leaving 30th Street Station.
I kind of smell like this weird, kind of smoky, like a sulfury kind of smell. And I kind of just thought it was like the train normal stuff because it always kind of smells sulfury. But yeah, it was getting really strong, especially as we got to Crumlin.
I started to smell it too after a little while. I think we got about 2 stations down from here. And then people were really starting to notice it. People looking out the windows, getting a little, starting to panic a little bit.
Some passengers say due to the odor, the train stopped and passengers were advised to move to the back. Then they stopped again to evacuate.
It seemed like they thought they could keep the train moving, but obviously that wasn't the case. So maybe we should have played it safe.
Bush says they're investigating and reviewing the steps that were taken, but passengers are grateful workers acted quickly to get them out of harm's way.
I think they do an amazing job of really making sure we're all good.
Safety is our number one priority for our passengers and for our employees. Fortunately, we have an outcome where we don't have any serious injuries, which is pretty incredible considering what we've seen.
Yeah, and passengers praised the SEPTA crew for their quick response, and they were taken home by bus to their final destination. As for service on this line, SEPTA says they'll provide updates on SEPTA.org, and of course, we'll keep you informed right here on Action News. Live in Ridley Park, Brianna Smith, Channel 6, Action News. Rick?
All right, Brianna, thank you for that report.
Some crazy stuff, ain't it? Trains blowing up, planes crashing, everything. Sure don't stop, Chak. A lot of crazy stuff. All right, Chak, gotta play this one. We talk about this all the time, so I had to play this one.
It's not crafty. It's your craft.
When it comes to educators in America, Black men are one of the least represented groups, even in Detroit, where most of the student body is Black, most of the teachers are not. We traveled to a city where a group there is not only encouraging the teachers they have, but finding ways to lift up young people to help fill the gaps, becoming the next generation of Black male educators.
And if we're talking about statistically, it does affect African Americans more than any other demographic. They know that when they come into my class, they're gonna learn something new. They don't have to ever ask me what are we learning today? What are we doing today? When we're working together one-on-one, when it's a group thing, that we practice these methods. And I knew that there was a lack of mathematical and scientific knowledge of our African American youth, specifically with Black boys. So I wanted to make sure that, I gave back the importance of having a math and science background. And I also wanted to give back to my community as I grew up in the Detroit public school system, kindergarten through 12th grade, where it's always important to have a strong foundation in terms of relationship before you even get into any kind of content or anything like that. Because once you get that relationship, the kids look at it like anything is possible.
How did that make you feel when you and your father ended up saying some stuff that y'all didn't really, shouldn't have had no business saying?
Helping increase in diversity can help people feel like they belong there. And I think it's also valuable for our students to see a teaching staff that looks like them. If you don't have another Black male or someone that's had a similar experience to you, you may not feel supported or you may not just enjoy what you're doing. When you think about why the number of black males in the profession is declining. I think there's a number of reasons that may explain that. On average, black males don't achieve or do as well in schools as students as their counterparts. So we find that black males are suspended at higher rates. They're placed in special education classes at higher rates. If you're not having an enjoyable experience in the space, why would you then want to go to a college and go through all of that to return back to a space that you didn't find enjoyable?
And those terms are,
when it comes to the teachers, nationally, there's 1.3% of black males in our schools. So I was noticing that I was the only black male educator in a district of 20 elementary schools. And so for me, it really sort of got me thinking around, like, why am I one of the few to go into this, to do this work? I began to think about what are some ways in which we can begin to shift this narrative. How do we begin to engage younger people, younger males into the profession? So we decided to, like, let's think about starting a Black Male Educators Alliance. And I began to focus on Michigan. And so that sort of also helped to precipitate that sort of the idea and grow the idea in 2017. I was really hyper focused on getting quality teachers, but also really wanted to see if there's ways to engage the few black male teachers that are out there to come into my school. And so that works. Like we were able to recruit a great number of black male teachers at the elementary level. When I went to the middle high school, the same thing happened. So from there, I began to think, there's something to this.
Like, we don't have many times to interact with other black male teachers. Like, you have the other teachers, but we're fighting a different fight. I feel like I'm a full-time father. Like, I'm a teacher first, right? Well, I'm like teacher third. I'm a father figure first to my two classes, and then all the other kids who want to just engage with me.
What I've seen is, and I don't think that this is something only unique to Detroit, our students are experiencing traumatizing challenges every single day outside of the times of 8 a.m. and 4 o'clock. It is beheld upon not just black teachers, but all teachers who are in front of kids to see what is the context. What is the context of our kids' lives before they come to us and after they leave us?
Unfortunately, a lot of our kids, I would say their confidence is almost shattered by the time they reach 9th grade because of what they see on the media, what's covered in the media, and basically the negative connotation of being a Detroit public school student. So I think it's my job to build their confidence up for the whole year that I have them, and maybe even throughout the time they're in high school.
acknowledging somebody's feelings, right? Raise your hand if you got feelings. And I know we, macho a little bit.
So BMEA's Youth Leadership Development Program, we implement an intergenerational mentor model that's really looking to increase the math and the literacy proficiency of our black and brown boys in grades K through 5. And the way we actually get them to that space is really having them engage in issues that involve them. So we want to make sure that they are engaging in these leadership skills that they're going to have to utilize as they get older, being able to communicate, collaborate, and really being able to think creatively to solve those issues. Currently, we have 77 high school mentors within the Youth Leadership Development Program, and we have just under 250 elementary school mentees.
We believe our Youth Leadership Development Program has many benefits, but one is to help rebuild a pipeline of black males interested in becoming teachers. And that program is an intergenerational model of mentoring in which you have site supervisors that serves as, mentors and supervisors to high school black males who then work in the local elementary schools with black boys.
How many of y'all been told, shut up and stay in the child's place? Are you a kid and you can't? Yeah.
They helped me with a lot of learning from my young age. I'm only 16 now, and I feel like what they're teaching me now, I can use in the near future.
Do y'all think our young guys want to hear that? No. Hey, so we gonna allow them that space?
Honestly, it's shifted me to change my career more towards teaching, and I feel like that's where I feel like it could lead me to, something there. They help me grab my voice. Like, I know how to speak up for myself and speak up for others now, especially since I've been around the elementary students, and I've noticed, like, to recognize when something's wrong and kind of stand up for that in a way.
We just want to make sure that we want to position our high school mentors to understand the power that they have by simply being themselves, but also working towards being the best versions, because it impacts our elementary school scholars and they start mimicking a lot of those behaviors as well.
People are scared to talk about diversity if they're afraid that money is going to be taken away, federal dollars are going to be taken away, because federal dollars are important to schools, especially low-income schools. And so if folks are having initiatives that's focusing on getting more teachers of color, they're going to be less hesitant to do that if it's going to mean they're going to lose money, right? And so there's a concern around that. I hope, we can have a very open and honest conversation around why this is important. There's very clear research talks about the impact that Black male teachers have on white students as well.
It's a fun job to do, teaching. It's not really about the salary so much to say. And just seeing kids being inspired by, looking at me, being a product of this community to, give them the knowledge to say, okay, well, if he did it, I know I could do it too. And so it is just a joy.
What we're seeing now is everybody kind of wants a Black male teacher. Everybody kind of wants a Black teacher. We are invited, but we're not really welcome. Something is happening to the fact that we can't retain teachers, but we have to get them in the door and we have to put them in an environment where they can thrive and they feel welcome.
Feeling welcome, certainly key.
From rapping to acting in a spy film to dancing in a 1980s hit song, French President Emmanuel Macron does it all. Except he actually really doesn't. This video that you're looking at, in case you didn't notice the banner there, is all AI generated. And it was posted by the French president.
Shit. What's up, man?
What up, what up?
What's going on?
Living the scheme.
Oh, okay, yeah. Played a video on Black male teachers. Now we talking about they had a global AI summit.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I'm playing it now.
And to actually promote the Artificial Intelligence Action Summit that's taking place right now in Paris. World leaders, CEOs, scientists all together to discuss an abundance of issues related to AI. Vice President J.D. Vance represented the U.S. and did take part in the discussion, only to end with the warning to all the leaders that heavy regulation could kill technology.
And we need our European friends in particular to look to this new frontier with optimism rather than trepidation. However, the Trump administration is troubled by reports that some foreign governments are considering tightening the screws on U.S. tech companies with international footprints. Now, America cannot and will not accept that, and we think it's a terrible mistake, not just for the United States of America, but for your own countries.
Foreign correspondent Tom Soufi-Burridge joining me now from Paris. So, Tom, J.D. Vance not even staying around to hear a response. And then the U.S. and U.K. actually refused to even sign an international declaration on AI. Why? And how do you see this unfolding?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a statement from the Trump administration explaining, Kira, exactly why the U.S. did not sign the declaration. But I think we got a lot of clues from J.D. Vance's speech today. And that was his primary message, that he believes that the future of AI is less regulation, less red tape. And look, there is a clash here because Europe is, I think, more of a believer of regulating AI. And that was what the summit was largely about, and the end declaration signed by more than 60 countries, including the Chinese, the Japanese, the Australians, a lot of European nations as well. And that declaration effectively was setting out a kind of pathway forward for how you produce ethical AI, sustainable AI, fair AI. But J.D. Vance's message was pretty clear. I mean, he believes that if you regulate too much, you can curtail this massive growth industry at a critical time. And, you know, clearly, I think for all the...
Go ahead.
There ain't no such thing as no ethical AI, nigga.
That's some funny shit, ain't it, man? Ethical AI.
It's an ethical AI. What was the other word you used? Run it back. Just a little bit when he said the
regulate too much, you can curtail this massive
go back a little bit.
Growth industry at a critical time. And, you know, clearly, I think the Japanese, the Australians, a lot of European nations as well. And that declaration effectively was setting out a kind of pathway forward for how you produce ethical AI, sustainable AI, fair AI. But J.D. Vance's message was pretty
fair
clear.
To who? Stop right there. Ethical and fair to who? Amongst who?
That's a good question.
Because if they all are dominating those areas, they ain't hear, you didn't hear Africa. So where is ethical? Ethical amongst themselves? Fair amongst themselves? Right? What we saying? Huh? Ethical and fair amongst themselves, huh? Is that what they saying? Bro, they just told you. If they all are programming AI, then they programming AI per their ideology. Ain't no ethical and no fairness with that. I don't care what nobody say. If it's ethical and fair, then everybody should have their own, be able to develop their own and program, develop their own AI technology. That's including us, goddamn. Because y'all do want to make it a separate America. They don't be, y'all make it a separate, y'all deliberately distinct between white and black in America, bro. So, what we doing?
Right.
Believes that if you regulate too much, you can curtail this massive growth industry at a critical time. And, you know, clearly, I think for all the niceties and the body language between French President Emmanuel Macron and Vice President J.D. Vance today, there were clear differences on policy when it comes to the future of AI and how you regulate or not going forward.
So then is there any concern from these world leaders that Trump will issue tariffs if Europe doesn't get on board and, you know, do something about regulating AI?
Well, look, I think, Kira, the European Union is going to continue to regulate AI. They're committed to that. I mean, the US will regulate as well. I think there's, there'll be some common ground here. Tariffs, the debate over tariffs, I think, was really the main show today in terms of J.D. Vance's trip here to Paris. He sat down with the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, other top EU officials. We know the Trump administration has been threatening wider tariffs beyond the 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum. And, the EU has said that they don't want tariffs and they're willing to respond. I think, what we've also had in this speech from J.D. Vance today is a clear hint that the US is a little bit worried about reports, and we saw it in the Financial Times newspaper a few days ago, that the EU is preparing measures that if US tariffs go very widespread and quite aggressive, then the EU is preparing potentially to take quite stringent measures against US tech firms in reprisal. And I think that is something that clearly, given the language J.D. Vance came out with today, worries the US. Kira?
Tom Sufi Burridge for us there in Paris. Tom, thank you.
Stop asking.
So what happened? They had their AI Global Summit of the Future in Paris. That's what happened there.
That's where the Jesuits is at. Oh, the home of the Jesuits. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these motherfuckers. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that AI shit regardless. These motherfuckers, man. No matter who was gonna get in that motherfucker, they all fucking
We're back 8:35, an eye-opening look at the nation's growing mental health crisis in our young people. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, 1 in 5 children and adolescents have a diagnosable mental health disorder. Well, social psychologist Jonathan Haidt has been studying the rising rates of depression and anxiety in the young people. And in his new documentary called The Coddling of the American Mind, he examines the harms of over and under protecting on college campuses.
I was full of self-confidence when I was 18, but while I was in college, that disintegrated.
Mental health among Gen Z is a travesty. Almost every other person I know has some sort of mental health problem.
We face this huge mystery. Why are Gen Zers so anxious and depressed?
That is the provocative question behind this documentary and your life's work, Jonathan. Thank you so much for being here. You wrote this book, The Coddling of American Mind. This is the documentary. You also recently wrote a book called The Anxious Generation, where you really take on this issue of smartphones and tech and the effect it's having on our kids. I think there are probably people who see those stats and see that and say, oh, kids are getting diagnosed more with these mental illnesses because we're aware of them more, because that's what our culture is now. Right. Is it that, or is it the fact that something's happening to our kids?
Yeah. No, something is happening to our kids. If it was just diagnosis or kids being more willing to say they were depressed, then we wouldn't see increases in behavior like self-harm and suicide. But we do, and it's happening in many, many countries. It's not just us. Something happened around 2012, 2013. Levels of anxiety, depression, and self-harm skyrocketed. I'm a college professor at NYU. We all saw this. The students coming in 2014, 2015 were just really different. Now we know they're Gen Z. And what I found across 2 books is that we can explain it with this simple formulation. We have overprotected our children in the real world since the 1990s. We stopped them from going out and having adventures and independence. And we've underprotected them online. And when they all got on Instagram and other platforms around 2012, that's exactly when the crisis hits. So that's what the 2 books are about. The Coddling American Mind is the overprotection. Anxious Generation is more about the social media tech ecosystem.
And we've talked a lot on this show, and it's very much a current topic, thanks in a large part to the book that you wrote about social media and smartphones. And I do want to talk about that. But I think what often gets missed in discussions with you that is just as important is independence for kids. So a lot of us moms are now on the warpath, like no phones until at least high school, no smartphones,
Oh, y'all not
no
gonna talk
social
about the
media.
food?
But it's also about increasing
Y'all ain't gonna talk about the food. Y'all ain't gonna talk about the chemtrails that you're spraying in there. Y'all ain't gonna talk about the poison of the waters.
You're right. All over the world, people are taking
The
up the
toxic
cause.
chemicals
Get
in the
phones out of
waters and
schools,
food.
delay
Y'all not gonna talk about that.
But the other
Y'all
reform
ain't gonna talk about the
that I've been
so-called
strongly
vaccines that
recommending
y'all
we
want
need to do
these kids to
is we
get
need
back.
to give kids back childhood that is fun, that has adventure, in which they learn to be self-supervising and working things out. And that's what the Coddling the American Mind book was about. And that's what Ted and Courtney Ballacher made this amazing movie about it that really
Man,
goes
where
into
this
what
nigga
it's like to
from?
be a college student today with all of these bureaucratic overprotections.
Where is he from? Cause see, this is them. You see how they get in there and they control the narrative, bro. They ain't mention nothing about the food source, bro. Now we know the phones do play a part, but before you get a phone, nigga, you eating this book BS food, standard American diet food products. I can't call it food products, right? Fast food, right? Prepackaged food, preserved, a lot of preserved food products. What we saying? Before they even get the dang on cell phone and device. That all go together. If you don't add that to the mental health, bro, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. It is a problem, but they go together.
You're right.
More and more of these children are, and it's being promoted online because that's why I say it go together. Because you see more and more people, what they first thing they do when they go out to eat, they pull their phones out, right? Then it, so it is direct. I'm saying it's tied to, just more than just the consumption of these devices. That is a major part, but it ain't the only factor. And I noticed they don't never really correlate that when they talk about the mental health stuff. We know sugar alone, processed sugar. Too much of that, it damages, the brain, the gut.
Yep. Yep, you're right. That's true.
They act as though the kids are frail, and that makes them actually frail.
There's a way in which you hand your phone to your kid, if you're going to give a smartphone at 10, 11, 12, and you're taking away their childhood.
That's right.
Right then and there. Can you explain that dynamic?
Yes. So kids are attracted to certain things, especially things that give you a quick pleasure. Television was fun to watch, but it doesn't reinforce you. It doesn't train you. Whereas a smartphone, you touch it, you get something. You touch it, you get something. And so kids are just magnetically drawn.
Hold on, man. Slow down, bro. See how they trying to take. Come on, man. You heard what this nigga just said? He said the TV does not. What? Bro, these kids literally grew up on smart TVs, bro. That's what they were watching first before they even had the cell phone and tablet. The TV. And the computer screen, but the TV for sure.
You right.
Yeah, because one of the kids, like I said, they just of lately they probably started getting these kids like under a certain age, 13, giving them phones. Nigga, I ain't had no phone in what's the name? When I was I ain't even have a phone when I was in high school, and I graduated in 2000.
You're right. Yep.
But yeah, these kids, I'm agree with the phones, but for him to say that TV don't matter is bullshit. I don't. You got people got smart TVs, bro. But the young kids, maybe like you said, the young kids maybe that was born in what 20. I definitely say maybe 2015 and up, probably most likely. Because before that, my son was born in 2000. My daughter born in 2002. She ain't getting no cell phones until they was grown, like what 17, 18 maybe. Well, maybe I'll say high school. So maybe about 16, 15, 16. So what was they watching before that? They watching TV. Glued to that TV. And what was the main? Cable TV. Why would he lie and say, why would he lie and try to kick Frank? I just caught this nigga in the lie, bro. Trying to lie about the TV. Nigga, the TV led them to the cell phone. That was easy to get them to the cell phone and the computer with using the TV. Duh. Shorten the screen up, right? You got easy access, pretty much. A cell phone is pretty much what? Remote control in your hand with the screen. That's all a cell phone pretty much is. Computer, small computer, remote control in your hand with small screen in your hand.
Right.
They just want to get in the spirit narrative and they want to push their little narrative and shit. Come on, man. You still ain't talking about the food source yet. I'm waiting to see.
Keep on waiting.
Once you get a smartphone to a kid, it's likely, not all kids, but most kids, it's going to move to the center of their life, and it's going to become an experience blocker. So that's what More the Anxious Generation is about.
You really give 4 practical norms, and I think that's one of the reasons why this has really taken off. It's one thing to diagnose a problem. It's another thing to say, here's 4 things that all of us can do right now. Can you kind of walk through what those are?
Yeah, it's actually very simple. If we do these things together, it's actually easier to do. No smartphone before high school. Just give them a flip phone or a phone watch or something. No social media before 16. It's widely inappropriate for kids. Phone-free schools. And far more independence, free play, and responsibility in the real world.
No. I don't agree with phone-free schools. If you give them, I agree giving them flip phone to make phone calls, bro. Because emergency, I don't trust these motherfuckers, bro.
Watch that at the coddlingmovie.com. There's a lot of ways to watch.
See, you see how you sleep with that,
What's important about it is it's not just, forgive me, us old people talking about it. It's the perspective of the students who've been affected. And if you talk to college students and products of this generation, they're the first to say something's wrong.
Yes, that's right. And that's actually very encouraging. I have not yet met a single member of Gen Z who is in denial. They don't feel like we're attacking them. They don't feel, as the words, like they see the problems. As one Gen Z poet put it, we know that it's poison, but we drink anyway. So they know what's going on and they need help getting out of the trap. Like, let's put in a minimum age, the way Australia did.
So why you ain't talking about the manufacturers of these cell phones?
10 and 8, don't give them that poison.
Man, get out of here, bro.
That's right.
This nigga probably got an iPhone himself. And he probably bought his kid an iPhone. Lying ass nigga. Man, you see how they push these narratives, bro? Now, what somebody he's saying is we agree. But, bro, I know damn well his son and his daughter them got phones, bro, if he got kids, bro. iPhones at that. On the family plan. Lying son of a bitch. Frank. Now, I don't like the fact that they trying to push no cell phones in schools. I don't like that, especially when it comes to high school, junior high school.
That's how you know these mass shootings are fake, because if they was real, they wouldn't put no shit like that.
Man, these kids are able, like you said, in 9th, 10th grade, they're able to have a cell phone, they're able to be protect themselves, be able to, you know what I'm saying, they can record and make phone calls, emergency phone calls to their family members or 911. Because we don't even see the incidents where these adults in these situations they out of their damn mind. They don't even got common sense to call the goddamn 911. They just standing around looking at shit, running and screaming. Bro, somebody gotta get shit in control.
We can make
you see what I'm saying?
What we're doing, when in fact we do not.
Goddamn kids they know how to call 911. These dumb motherfuckers don't even know how to call 911. They don't even know the damn address in their own damn school. The teachers. I'm just playing out.
Well, stay right there. No, stay right there, because we're gonna talk about this man shooting right quick in Sweden.
Wait.
Oh, man.
Damn, here we go. The mass shooting.
Deadliest mass shooting in Sweden's history. The country's right-wing government said it would seek to tighten the nation's gun laws. On a visit to Latvia, Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson.
So they had to mention right wing because they know
right wing
pro Second Amendment. Keep going. My bad.
Said the government was
the left pro Second Amendment too. Oh, they got guns too, bro.
Weapons.
What manner of weapons will be permitted?
It's about tightening up the regulations to get permission to have a weapons license at all. It's about banning certain types of these semi-automatic weapons. And we are also adding a further proposal that the police and the social services need a better opportunity to investigate whether there are medical reasons not to grant a person a gun license. Swedish police said the suspect had a license for 4 guns, and 3 of them were found with him.
They said they recovered 10 empty magazines and a large quantity of unused ammunition from the scene. Local media have reported the perpetrator had a hunting license as well. The government has agreed with its far-right backers in Parliament to tighten up the vetting process for people applying for gun licenses and to clamp down on some semi-automatic
You're gonna say it
weapons.
again.
Swedish Justice Minister Gunnar Strömmer told Reuters that the AR-15, an assault rifle based on a military design that has been used in many mass shootings in the United States, was the kind of gun the government wanted banned.
We know that that kind of weapon, both with some changes, can become very dangerous, and also that it has been used in that kind of shootings in other countries. So therefore we think on the balance that this is the right decision to take as a preventive measure.
Police say they have found no evidence of an ideological motive so far.
The suspect in Sweden's worst mass shooting in history has been identified as 35-year-old Rickard Andersson. Police released an image of the suspected gunman who they believe turned the weapon on himself after a shock shooting spree. Chilling details have since emerged about the killer, including his apparent choice to change into green military clothing in the school's toilets before slaughtering 10 people. A current police theory is that the suspect calmly walked through the school's corridors, taking his shots. The gunman, however, is said to have made a mysterious decision to walk past certain people while choosing to not shoot them. Authorities said 6 people are being treated in hospital, and 2 of them remain in intensive care. The suspect, who is also said to have had extreme social phobia, was originally called Jonas Simon, but legally changed his name in 2017 to the surprise of his family. Andersson was described as an unemployed loser who chose to isolate himself from friends and loved ones. One
Did they
relative
say he was a
said,
loser?
"We haven't had much contact with him in recent years. As a child, he was different but lively. He did well in school. But in recent years, he has had a hard time. He is not working." Another relative said, "He's really a loner. He used to have a friend he hung out with a lot, but not now. He wants to be by himself. He doesn't seem to like people." Andersson was even dubbed a loner in school, with a former classmate saying he would always wear his hood up and walk with his hands covering his mouth for years. Police raided the suspect's home on Tuesday afternoon and said he had held a firearm license and believe he acted alone. Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson said Tuesday's attack was the worst in the country's history and called it a painful day.
They're just pushing agendas over there. They just want the same shit over there that it's got over here. That's all. Or my bad. They probably, you know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is, they're trying to make it to where it's like like London and Australia, to where they don't have no guns. That's all that shit is. But they're trying to ban that kind of gun, that assault rifle that they're trying to, that specific gun that they use in the USA. That's the specific gun that they try. It's an assault rifle. Yes, AK-47. Yes, I think that is the one, chap. I think that is the one. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are full of shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, Frank, that was pretty good. Was that Australian? Was that British? What you doing?
It was one of the motherfuckers, bro. They all sounded like
Surveillance video capturing a runway disaster in real time as a Learjet heading from Austin, Texas, landing at Scottsdale Municipal Airport, veers off the runway, crashing into a larger Gulfstream business jet parked nearby.
Expect to go around. We just had an emergency.
The National Transportation Safety Board already investigating.
It appears that the left main gear failed upon landing, resulting in the accident.
A large piece of that landing gear can be seen lying on the runway. Authorities say 5 people were involved in the crash. 1 person died. Representatives for Motley Crue frontman Vince Neil say the private jet belonged to the singer, but he was not on board. The band sharing on social media.
Motley Crue.
Pilots and 2 passengers on the plane. And in a now deleted post, that Neil's girlfriend and a friend both suffered non-life-threatening injuries and were taken to local hospitals. Poison frontman Brett Michaels, who appeared with Motley Crue, posted that
he's an actor too. What's his name? The lead singer, I forgot his name. He was on the Rock of Love. He was on a reality show, bro. The reality dating show. I forget my dude's name, bro. He's an actor. You see, I get it. Bam, bingo. All these little things, all these little events are always linked to actors or somebody famous. Y'all ever notice that? It's like the girl on the Pennsylvania flight, supposedly, or one of the flights. She was supposed to be a civil rights attorney, a famous civil rights attorney. What interesting. I'm saying
you saw that, right?
I'm like, okay. I've seen it, bro. It's like my thing is, like I said earlier, why you have all these plane crashes when he's in here, and you had all these train crashes when Biden was in there? Oh wow.
Yeah, along with people stealing eggs out the stove.
Oh, bro, I sent that. Did you see that? Man, you should play the one I sent you. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. But see, you know how you know it's a psyop? Where are they gonna put all them eggs at?
Yeah, I played it earlier.
Where are they gonna put them at? See, we don't be thinking, dude. We don't. When we see stuff like that, we automatically, oh shit. And see, that right there is just all that's gonna do is make motherfuckers buy eggs like that, panic like that, buy it too. You know, y'all know that, right? It's advertisement. My bad. You ever look at it like that? Shaq, you don't look at it like that? It's advertisement, bro. They want motherfuckers to, but they want to be sold out because it's not gonna be bad for them if they sell out. Right? It's money, bro. It's advertisement. You know what I'm saying? That's a psychological game they're playing. They want you to, let me go. Shit. Everybody else is fucking buying a gang of eggs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't got nowhere to put them, but whatever. They buy a gang of eggs anyway. Let me go do the same shit because I'm a follower. You know what I'm saying? And American society teaches me to be a follower and shit. You know what I'm saying? It teaches me to be trendy and follow up their people, even though I'm a grown ass adult. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, this society makes it to where you do not think for yourself, bro. Yeah, that's why they pushing the robots, right? And that's why they pushing you to buy robots for your house, because guess what? You won't have to do shit yourself. Don't they already got Instacart? Don't they already got these apps and this shit to where you don't have to, somebody can do the shopping and all the bullshit for you?
But I'll tell you what, Frank. If they make them reasonable, I might buy me a big booty Asian robot.
Oh shit! Straight up,
Boy, I'm getting the persuasion, Nick. Robot, Nick. Big booty. Can I design it myself, Nick? God damn.
Thoughts and prayers for Neil's girlfriend Rain and all those injured, adding, I was relieved to hear that my friend Vince Neil was not on board. The accident comes amid a string of unrelated aviation incidents in recent weeks. 67 people died in Washington, D.C. when an Army helicopter slammed into an American Airlines regional jet. A medevac jet crashed in Northeast Philadelphia, killing 7. And 10 people were killed this past Friday in a commuter plane crash in icy, snowy conditions on approach to Nome, Alaska. Aviation experts say flying
Nome, Alaska? What the hell is that?
Still extremely safe, and that these devastating accidents should not be cause for panic.
Wait,
it's a combination of a coincidental.
Isn't the secretary of the Department of Homeland Security person, isn't her last name Nome? Kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Interesting.
Yep.
Hey, I saw something too.
Accidents coupled with.
What'd you say?
No, I was gonna add. This is you talking about last names, right? I stumbled on something, and I'm gonna do some research, right? But how about one of the Boston Celtics, one of their players back in the '60s, around with Bill Russell and that and shit, and what my nigga name? The '60s or the '70s? What name? Wilton Steele. How about the Celtics had a player on their name? I think the nigga name was John or James Imhoff. I said Imhoff. I'm about to look this motherfucker up. Hey,
man,
that's
on you, Imhoff.
Imhoff. I said Imhoff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look him up. He's probably dead by now, brother. Because that was like in the 70s, 60s, and 70s. Just want to see if there's any connection. You know what I mean?
Might be related.
That's a little side note.
All right.
What did you say?
Might be related to Doug Imhoff.
See what I'm saying?
Huge heightened sense of sensitivity.
You know that a lot of Boston and shit was Jesuit niggas. All them was Jesuit niggas playing in the NBA back in the time, 60s.
The man in that now deleted post says that they will find a way to support the family of the person who died.
Hey, thank
Savings you just can't beat.
Oh, this orange is gross.
Meet the new standard in sleep. This is Pod 4 Ultra. It's
Out of that remarkable scene at the White House just a short time ago, Elon Musk standing in the Oval Office, President Trump sitting behind the Resolute desk, and it was Elon Musk who held court for more than a half an hour. How Musk describes what it is the Trump White House is doing, defending his access to at least 15 government agencies and counting. Elon Musk was asked if he's being transparent, if he's policing himself, and if there's a conflict of interest given Musk's own company has contracts with the Pentagon. Our Rachel Scott asking many of the questions.
Tonight, an extraordinary scene playing out in the Oval Office. President Trump sitting at the Resolute desk, and standing next to him, Elon Musk and his young son, holding court for roughly a half an hour.
Your detractors, Mr. Musk.
I have to what?
Including a lot of Democrats.
I have detractors?
You do, sir.
I don't believe it.
Say that you're orchestrating a hostile takeover of government and doing it in a non-transparent way. What's your response to that criticism?
Well, first of all, you couldn't ask for a stronger mandate from the public. The public voted, we have a majority of the public voting for President Trump. We won the House, we won the Senate. The people voted for major government reform. And a lot of times that, people that don't get what they voted for, but in this presidency, they are going to get what they voted for. And that's what democracy is all about.
Musk, the world's
Hold on,
richest
but what
man,
is it?
billions of dollars in federal contracts, has been given.
Look here, man. Look here, man. Bro, y'all already knew y'all was going to put a Republican in office, bro. You turned the House, nigga, before the goddamn election. What we doing? So they was going to vote for a damn Republican was going to win the election allegedly anyway. Y'all had already turned the House red. What we saying, Frank? See, they like to play games with people who don't know this stuff.
Damn.
They like to play games. Then make the people feel like they general vote. Oh yeah, the general population, the general election, the popular vote. Stop it. The House, nigga. You look and see who in the House, nigga, and what their House looking like. House and the Senate looking like. That's who's gonna be the president. Come on, man. This one was slick.
All right.
An enormous power. His Department of Government Efficiency already accessing at least 15 agencies.
Mr. Musk, the interest that you may have, does that mean that you are in effect policing yourself? What are the checks and balances that are in place to ensure that there's accountability and transparency?
Well, we actually are trying to be as transparent as possible. In fact, we post our actions to the Doge handle on X and to the Doge website. So all of our actions are maximally transparent. In fact, I don't think there's been, I don't know of a case where an organization has been more transparent than the Doge organization. So, the kind we're doing are, I think, very, very simple and basic. These are not individual judgment decisions. These are about simply having sensible checks and balances in the system itself to ensure that taxpayer money is spent well. So it's got nothing to do with, like, say, a contract with some company of mine at all.
But if there is a conflict of interest when it comes to you yourself, for instance, you've received billions of dollars in federal contracts when it comes to the Pentagon, for instance, which the president I know has directed you to look into.
Yeah.
Are you policing yourself in that? Is there any sort of accountability and balance in place that would provide any transparency for the American people?
Well, all of our actions are fully public. So if you see anything, you say, like, wait a second, hey, Elon, that seems like maybe that's, there's a conflict there. It's not like people are going to be shy about saying that. They'll say it immediately.
Including you yourself.
Yes. But transparency is what builds trust, not simply somebody asserting trust. So not somebody saying they're trustworthy.
Didn't it say he got autism or some shit?
That's going on.
Yeah.
And you can see, am I doing something that benefits one of my companies or not? It's totally obvious.
And we thought that we would not let him do that segment or look in that area if we thought there was a lack of transparency or a conflict of interest.
But I followed up.
If you have received billions of dollars in contracts from the Pentagon, and the president's directing you to look into the Department of Defense, is that a conflict of interest?
And are going to do at the president's request.
Does that present a conflict of interest for you?
No, because you'd have to look at the individual contract and say, first of all, I'm not one,
Bro, why does he have?
flatlining the
Who's
contract
that? His son? Who is that on his neck,
Trump
bro?
have
What the fuck
complained
is? What is he
several of their
doing?
plans are
Is this
stalled
Yeah, it's gonna be a
courts,
son.
raising concerns the administration may defy a judge's orders. Today, the president told me that won't happen.
If a judge does block one of your policies, part of your agenda, will you abide by that ruling? Will you comply with that order?
Abide by the courts, and then I'll have to appeal it. But then what he's done is he slowed down the momentum.
As Musk's team tears through government agencies, Musk today acknowledging he has sometimes posted misinformation.
You don't. The Congress and the Senate have the power of the purse. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you go and go over their ruling, that doesn't mean any motherfucking bureaucrat motherfucker just walk in and just set the rules, bro. It doesn't work like that. We do. To me, I see that.
Obviously, they're giving him leeway because technically the president is over them. The vice president got power over what the
Senate.
The Senate, right?
That's true. Yeah, he is the. You're right. He is the president of the vice president is the president of the Senate.
Yeah, so but you remember, Frank, they put people already in these positions that agree with the policy. They Trump are not doing what these people are not telling them to do. They put the policies in place. They just ran him as the policy, you know what I'm saying? Face. That's what we gotta understand.
I don't ever be like, Trump's gonna do this and he said he's gonna do that. I don't never do that shit, say that bullshit because he's gonna do this, dude. He's not even the one setting the fucking
information
rules,
about their findings.
Right.
Well, first of all,
good point though.
Some of the things that I say will be incorrect and should be corrected. So nobody's going to bat 1,000. I mean, we will make mistakes, but we'll act quickly to correct any mistakes.
And David, there in the Oval Office, it was clear just how powerful Elon Musk is in this White House. And tonight we're learning he is about to be even more powerful. The president signing an executive order that directs all federal agencies to work with Musk and his team to cut staffing and limit hiring. It also gives Musk the broad authority to decide which positions in this federal workforce should or should not be filled. David.
Rachel Scott.
For what? What part of the government?
My question is this unusual?
It sounds good when they're talking about cutting and all this. It sounds great, but we don't even know what the fuck they're talking about in the details of this shit and where it's going to cut.
My thing is this unusual, or is it the reason why it's because it's Trump administration and they allegedly saying they're being transparent? I mean, they telling us what they're going to do. Because we normally don't get these detailed and motherfuckers telling you what they actually going to do in the cabinet. They give you this little fluff bullshit.
I see what you're saying. That's a good point.
You see what I'm saying? Is this I want to know if it's unusual,
right?
Unorthodox, or is this the way? Do they have this particular procedures to do these particular steps and procedures?
Mm-hmm.
These are the questions I want answered. I don't want this book to be saying, "Oh, well, he doing this and doing that." Bro, hold on. These motherfuckers, we don't know who Joe Biden appointed. To be over these. See what I'm saying? You see how we get got?
We don't fucking know, man.
You see how we get got? See, the Democrats can keep their stuff behind closed doors. Trump, that's why he's throwing in a lot of their side because some stuff people publicize to get up under their skin.
I took two things.
Right? Yeah, Gemini. So he's doing a lot of shit publicly to get up under their skin. But is it illegal? I don't know. We need to check and see.
Dancing and dogs. And I made them into a successful business.
I don't think he's that dumb and stupid.
Hi, I'm
with that much heat on his back.
Welcome back, everybody, on your Friday morning, about 25 minutes past the hour. As Elon Musk's Doge agency continues its pursuit of shrinking the federal workforce to save money.
Well, hold on. Stop right there. I just thought about it. Bernard, who was the first president that created these little side little agencies and shit? Because that's what the FBI all is.
Oh, Woodrow
right?
Wilson.
ATF. Who?
Was it Woodrow Wilson?
Might have been Woodrow Wilson and some other motherfucking presidents.
Because Woodrow was in it like I think he was in the team. Wasn't he in it like third? Nah, I think it was somebody. Because it was
Woodrow was like 1915, I think.
I think it was a little after because whoever started the OSS, whenever the OSS after the OSS is when it was started.
But not even that. I'm talking about like the niggas that when they created the agriculture thing, man. It was something because we were just on it a couple months ago. We had played some stuff. Remember well, no, my bad. That was Dane Calloway. My bad. I need to get that video he did. But yeah, when they created a lot of these little side agencies and stuff that was non-governmental, but they giving special tasks and duties to like this agriculture thing and something. They do it all the time. They create these little agencies and shit, special task force agencies and shit. They contract them all the time, bro. They try to see. This is the point I'm trying to get, Frank. They try to make it seem like this is unusual. Oh, this is unethical. This is Well, yeah, well, okay. If it is, y'all been doing it for so long, then. Where you think you get? Where you think you get EPA from? Where you think to get the agriculture? Where you think you get the housing committee and all this shit and the consumer report thing and all the IRS, the goddamn FDA, the USDA. Where you think that's the same shit? What's the difference between them and with this dose they created? Because it's specific tasks allegedly that they creating it for, correct? He can appoint anybody to his cabinet. Why these people acting like this is unusual behavior? This what I don't like. Now I don't know what the fuck they really got up their sleeve, but I don't think it's unusual behavior. They just publicizing. It ain't no different than these other motherfuckers creating these other little agencies and stuff. If they're gonna blow it out of proportion, Frank, and get everybody in frenzy, causing motherfucking chaos inside America. You know what I'm saying? Causing a lot of chaos. That's my question. What's the difference between those and any of these other three or four letter agencies? That would be my question.
Let me say something.
CBC.
First of all, Doge ain't nothing but the U.S. digital control thing. That's all it is. All right, the first part. Now, Doge is not even a new agency. They done made this bullshit up, made people believe that. The people that are running.
That's what I'm saying.
See, that's propaganda right there.
Now, here's the real deal. What's going on with the whole thing?
This idea of replacing employees with artificial intelligence instead. News Nation's Tom Dempsey joining us live from Washington this morning. Tom, all of this is coming as we learn of potential layoffs. What are your sources telling you about this AI
stop it real quick?
idea?
How could
Good morning, Marty.
honestly,
Good morning from Washington.
Are they really feeling, bro? I wouldn't be feeling Trump. I wouldn't be feeling Biden. I wouldn't be feeling nothing after none of these motherfuckers after this shit. Wait up, AI? That means all these motherfuckers. It don't matter who was going to get in. That was going to be the agenda from the jump. I don't see how
That is the agenda. That's been the agenda. That's it.
Yeah, for sure.
Washington, D.C. Look, the Office of Personnel Management has already said that even after this federal buyout deadline, more job cuts could be coming to the federal workforce.
Making America great again, right?
Now, the General Services Administration is saying that artificial intelligence may be used more to reduce costs. So on one side of this, you have President Donald Trump and his team saying that the federal government is far too big right now. And this includes billionaire Elon Musk as part of this effort to reduce the size of the federal government. But according to the New York Times, the General Services Administration could be a big target for staffing cuts. The Times reports that the GSA leaders have been discussing eliminating 50% of the agency's budget. President Trump appointed Josh Gruenbaum to help oversee the GSA, who recently told employees that this buyout deadline is only the first step as the GSA looks to cut redundant business functions and staff associated with it. In an email, Gruenbaum wrote, quote, "In addition to optimizing our workforce, we're also considering how we can use AI in our portfolios and ways to reduce prices for our client agencies." Changes, though, may already be happening. In a post to X, Elon Musk wrote about the group 18F within the GSA being deleted. 18F offers tech help to federal agencies, but this announcement could be part of this downsizing effort. Now, the GSA, just for some background, it helps build, manage, and preserve government buildings. And right now, the agency has a staff of around 12,000 people and oversees 360 million square feet of office space. But as part of that message to the GSA, that Trump appointee Josh Gruenbaum saying that the GSA could also be closing many of its 700 field offices across the country, Marky.
Yeah, lots of people bracing for impact here. Tom, how else is the Trump administration using
700 field
AI
offices
with respect to consolidating government agencies?
Yeah, so like I said, billionaire Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, very much leading this effort to cut down on costs for the federal government and to reduce the size of the federal government. And new reports are showing that they're using artificial intelligence in this effort more and more. According to the Washington Post, the DOGE
Stop
team
right there.
has
Stop
used
right there,
AI
Bernard.
software.
Stop right there, bro. I just thought of something, bro. Hey, hold on. What did Elon Musk go to school for?
Let's see.
I wouldn't have bet you it's economics. Or some of that area.
Be loving this buff of bitch ass nigga, bro. That nigga.
Well, I'm gonna say something too, because you know what? I was looking at something because I told you the other day they talking about robot doctors and asking people to agree. Do you want a robot to work on you?
Where's the proof? You see how they just throwing shit out there? It's just like dude. I don't believe nothing at this point. I don't believe shit until I see that shit. Until it smacks me in the motherfucking face. You know what I'm saying? Because like you just said, they gave you some They gave us some bullshit about what DEI was, and they gave us some bullshit about the Doge shit. Like you said, we already had it. You see what I'm saying? They make it seem like it's some new shit because of Trump and Elon. It's all, bro. I see the play. I'm starting to see the shit.
But why you need Elon over this when you literally just said y'all gonna use AI for some of this stuff? Well, you don't need him if you got AI.
Oh, because he's like Tony Starker supposed to be or something. What they trying to say, right?
Oh my God! But you got AI, you don't need him. That's the whole purpose of AI. Of cutting. That's right. They're cutting down man labor. Why do you need him if you got AI?
Good point. Or
they're using him as the face, but like Bernard said, they really ushering in AI. They just, you know what I'm saying? This is Tesla technology AI. What we doing? What you saying?
Starlink.
Oh, and Starlink is not government regulated, right?
No.
Yeah. I knew there had to be, Frank. I knew there had to be a backhand deal. So, but you know what?
That's why the
Starlink
that South Africa shit.
From what I heard about the Starlink technology, it's what says he ain't gonna be hacking and keeping our information, bro? What says the Starlink ain't collecting our information and sending it to somebody, selling it?
Look here.
I'm just saying.
Look. Let's make this easy, man. Cause they play.
What he went to school for?
Man, that man didn't even go to school in the United States, man.
See what I'm saying? Well, okay, but see, and this is what we talking about. I'm gonna let you go. When we brought it up, and I brought it up to Victor and Pianca about the article, they were saying about how he frauded the H-1B1 visa stuff, school visa. Bro, how you enroll in?
My bad. You know what? He was born in Pretoria. Oh yeah, he moved to California in 1995, and he went to Stanford. But
no, he enrolled in Stanford. He never took any courses in classes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go look it up. You're right. He enrolled, but he never took any. How you going to enroll in school, but you never take any courses, any curriculums? That's scamming.
Yeah.
So where did he graduate from? What qualifications do he have? That's what I'm trying to get to. What's his field of expertise? Because he always asked for what school he went to. Because he enrolled in Stanford, but he never took any courses, any you know what I'm saying? Any curriculums. Allegedly.
Yep. Now, okay. So let me pull this up. What? Because I told you they've been running a lot of Starlink commercials. Trying to pull this up. Okay. I think it's HR 238. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to find this thing. HR 238, Healthy Technology Act of 2025. So as I told you before, they already got the technology for the health. And basically they say AI is, I played the video last night, matter of fact, when Frank was on. Maybe you was on too, like you might have been asleep or whatever, or you might have been out. But when the guy said that they were using AI for be more efficient and everything, that's basically what the guy said. So yeah, that's it right there. But yeah. So matter of fact, you know what? I want to say something. As a matter of fact, I told you Doge was digital. Now the other day, I know Trump was at the Super Bowl. And Chak, what are pennies made out of?
Gold be copper.
All right. What has happened?
Gold be copper.
And this just in, President Trump just announced he wants the U.S. Treasury to stop making new pennies. The president made that announcement in a social media post. He cited the rising cost of producing pennies as the reason behind his decision, saying it costs more than 2 cents to make 1 penny. Last year, the U.S. Mint reported it costs more than 3.5 cents to produce and distribute them.
So they want to stop making pennies. Why would I tell you that now? Right? Yeah. Crazy shit. So that's kind of interesting. Now,
they telling you Negro, they counseling you Negro. It's somebody funny that the penny is the only dark. The only dark. Oh man, these niggas crazy. They gonna make the penny the littlest, and then now hold on. The penny is the smallest so-called currency, right? And it's the smallest currency value-wise, right? And by shape, diameter size, right? Compared to all the other currencies. But it costs the most to make. Right?
Yeah.
What was that, man? What we doing, man? What we doing? I got what you need. I got what you need. Be humble.
Okay. Now, trying to find this thing. Okay. Now, say I move the definition now. Now I can't find the damn definition. Fuck.
These motherfuckers diabolical, man.
Okay.
Diabolical.
What definition you looking for?
What Doge actually is. U.S. digital. Well, anyway, you know they say they're using AI to find the mistakes.
That's what I'm saying. What you need Elon for if you got you gonna use AI? That's what I'm not understanding that. What you got to create? I mean, put him over when you already got it. You gonna use AI?
Yeah, I mean,
you could put a little 6-year grade over that. That's right.
Okay, yeah, it's called the U.S. Digital Service. That's what it was. That's what it is, really. The U.S. Digital Service. That's what it is. I found it. Now look, this agency, Doge, is supposed to, or the U.S. Digital Service, is scheduled to end on July 4th, 2026.
Hold on. Okay, how you spell it? Say that. Spell it out again.
DOGE. Yeah, like dog. You put an E on the end of it.
Mm-hmm. They left the other D out, huh, for dies, huh? He's over to sleep, right?
Yeah.
They sleep.
All right, let me pull up something right quick before I get out of here. Let me pull up right here. Since they mentioned this crazy shit the other day. Oh my goodness. I really shouldn't bring this up, but people been talking about it and all this stuff. I ain't going that far with it. Cause you know what? I was looking at that girl. What's that girl named? SZA or whatever. And I forgot she used to date Drake too back in the day. I said, wait, what the hell is going on out here, right?
SZA.
Did you know she was from St. Louis? A legend?
I know.
Yeah, but see, that makes sense because she a part of TDE. I see why she performed. Makes sense. They should have.
I was saying they had Rhapsody out there.
They should have Schoolboy. They should have. Oh, Rhapsody's dope. You know about Rhapsody, though? That's the best. That's the one.
Yeah, man. She made the one album, man. Was it Egyptian? That was a fly album, man. That was a hell of a concept, bro. That was fly, man.
She's dope.
That was dope. That shit should have won a Grammy, bro.
But I get it though. See, when you're on some regular hip hop, just doing it on some skill set, for the love type, what I'm saying, hip hop actual chick, they're not gonna get. I get it. But if you a rat chick, shaking your ass, what I'm saying, exploiting yourself and your people type shit, they're gonna invest money in you. I mean, I get it. Because it's all to brainwash these kids and shit. That makes sense. That's warfare,
Here we
bro. That's how I take it. That's warfare.
Hey, yeah, and SZA got that one song when she drilling on that motherfucker too.
What?
Oh man, one of the top songs they can play on the radio, nigga. It's straight drilling on them, bro.
Oh, SZA get it though. She get it. And a little BBL.
She thick nasty.
Wait, what is it? Are they gonna read it? I hate these when they do the caption like that.
You gotta speed it up.
I know you gotta fucking look. Oh, let me read this shit.
Kanye West, a provocateur, is in trouble again. His account on X has been deactivated.
Oh, why is he? Oh, so he's a provocateur. But what is the rest of these motherfuckers?
Featured only one item on February.
What is the dude? Green black with the big head.
In its center.
Yeah, what is he?
The 47-year-old rapper and businessman in the past has crossed several lines, including listing a swastika shirt for sale on Shopify, hateful rants against Jews and Taylor Swift, supporting alleged rapist Sean Diddy,
who gives a fuck about
and posting naked pics of his wife Bianca Censori. This time,
Right.
however, even X, which Musk is trying to build into an absolutist free speech platform, decided to deactivate Kanye's X account. On February 10th,
it ain't obviously
his
free
X
speech
profile
then.
displayed the message, "This account doesn't exist."
Lying motherfuckers.
Further, the account did not turn up in searches on X's official website early on February 11th.
Elon Musk I almost said Elon is a punk for that, bro. Elon is a fake person for that, bro. Once again,
On February 9th, he claimed his X post was being limited. He posted on X that his reach has been limited and he's not allowed to trend doing Super Bowl. Later, a statement by Yeezy confirmed to The Hollywood Reporter that Kanye had deactivated his account. Elon Musk confirmed that Kanye's account had been classified as NSFW, not safe for work, and the public won't be seeing account due to his posts. During the NFL Super Bowl broadcast on February 9th, Kanye pushed an advertisement for Yeezy.com, which featured only one item on February 10th, a white shirt with a black Nazi swastika in its center. According to a Bloomberg report, The site's source code showed it was hosted by Canadian e-commerce platform Shopify. Just before this, Kanye shared a post on X praising Hitler. This is not the first time his account has been intolerable. In 2022, his X account was temporarily suspended for 8 months.
I gotta bring something up. I gotta bring. Whoa. What about Elon Musk's boy that just got that got so-called fired for anti-Semitic for saying that he wants to blow Israel off the map and saying that he's a racist Indian. He's some bullshit he was saying. What about that? And they talk about bringing it back.
They full of crap, right? Now, one thing.
It's come from the same motherfucker that did a Hitler salute. The same motherfucker.
Okay, let's go with that, right? Same thing. Kanye now, this is another thing. See, they ain't gonna tell you the stuff, a lot of stuff he be saying, like, cause I seen another clip where he was talking shit, right? They okay, he going on a rant. Oh, he was just trying to get you information. Right? I seen the clip where he was talking about the swaps. It's like, bro, they walk around in India with these swaps. They got these swaps. It means something else in India. So how you know what he mean when he wrote a swastika? If other countries and stuff got the same symbol and they use it for a different purpose.
Elon Musk backs the with the ARD or ART or something. Yeah. Elon, that's the racist Nazi motherfuckers in Germany. You know, Elon Musk is down with the motherfuckers, bro. So it's like I don't want to hear it. And see these news stations and all that. But see, I get it. This is views. This is clicks. This is ratings for reporting bullshit.
No, it's just words, bro. Y'all really scared of words? Y'all really just scared of words? I ain't never seen Kanye West. Like I said, I'm gonna go in there. I ain't never heard of Kanye West raping nobody. Well, they might come up with them allegations now. Right? I ain't never heard Kanye West unaliving people. I ain't never heard Kanye West dropping no missiles, no bombs on nobody. But guess we know who do that freely. And we know who freely do that. We know who offer
great people,
huh? We know who offer a free pathway to Israel to escape any persecution from the United States of America when they commit these type of these right? We know who do that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about people actually actions. They actions. We don't know about the words. We talk about the actions, bro. Oh, he said this. He said that. But what about these other people's actions, bro? So you tell me these words are harsher than their actions, nigga? Stop it. You're gonna have other Negroes because I already see the Breakfast Club when they try to go in on the stuff on what he said, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Facts.
Freedom of speech, Nick. Is it freedom of speech or not?
Right.
They still calling us black and slaves.
Ooh, misnomers.
Misnomers, derogatory Africans.
Used by Hitler's Nazi party. More recently, West also went on an anti-Semitic rant after Friends actor David Schwimmer, 58, appealed to Elon Musk to ban Kanye from the platform. A day later, West once again went on an anti-Semitic rant on X. On February 7th, he went on a rant on X urging Trump to free rape-accused Sean Diddy. He has also targeted Taylor Swift on X. Kanye in the past has claimed that although he was previously misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder, he later found out that he has autism.
But there's nothing wrong with Kanye. Everything's, I mean, you know, it's like, my bad. If they said something wrong with Kanye, then that's bullshit, right? But we over here, niggas already, you know what I'm saying, sneakily, you know what I'm saying, diagnosing Elon Musk with autism. You know what I'm saying? I never knew no billionaires with autism. Have you?
Yeah.
I never knew no billionaire in South African apartheid. Oh, my bad. Oh, I do because the motherfucker took all the
24-year-old female. He got something going on in his brain.
You said he was?
Huh?
People everywhere.
I told you, Bill Belichick, dating 24-year-old.
Tell me
some years old, dating 24-year-old.
X can save you a
Our next guest has some new data out this week that shows anti-Jewish sentiment around the world is at its highest level since the survey began a decade ago. Joining us right now is Anti-Defamation League CEO and National Director Jonathan Greenblatt. Jonathan, it's nice to see you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the poll results because they do show that nearly half of all adults, and let's just put the math on the screen here, folks, globally, this is about 2.2 billion people, hold significant anti-Semitic beliefs. That's shocking to me.
Yeah, it's pretty stunning. When we first did this in 2014, the number was about 1.1 billion. That was 26% of adults. So the idea that the number has doubled in the last decade is dramatic.
Bro, how the hell you calculate 2.2 billion people, bro,
Andrew,
and call them anti-Semitic? See how these people do, bro?
For example, adults under
This
the age
nigga's
of 35 have
sucker.
a higher prevalence of anti-Semitic attitudes than the older generation.
Hold on, you're saying, say that again?
Younger people now have more Jewish attitudes than older people. That's a change. But so we're seeing this prejudice harden in the millennials and Gen Z.
How much do you think that is a function of social media?
Yeah.
Or what do you ascribe it to? Look, I won't lead the witness. What do you ascribe that to?
So I think we're all living sort of in a post-10/7 world. Let's just acknowledge that. But social media certainly has scrambled people's brains, especially overseas. Because keep in mind, we surveyed 103 countries, right? Nearly 60,000 interviews. And so I think what we also find is sort of the Al Jazeera.
Whoa. Stop. I need to see these damn interviews. I need to see these interviews, you lying bastard. What interviews at, nigga?
Bro.
Lying ass.
Yeah, this dude, man.
Now who gave y'all, now watch this. Y'all so such a small, tiny spectacle on the earth. Who gave you the damn authority to survey over 100 goddamn countries?
That's crazy.
Tell me. Who gave you that authority? If you're only 6% allegedly of the population around the goddamn world, who gave you that authority to pretty much just spying on 100 countries, bro? Come on, Frank. Y'all don't gotta listen to the words these motherfuckers say, bro. I don't listen to the Bible and the goddamn rhetoric. You interviewed over 60,000 people. When? From when to when? When? This is what I want to know. Can you show me some interviews? I want to see some interviews.
Website in a minute, man. We're going to see what they're up to. We're about to go on their website in a minute.
Across people's cell phones.
Nobody even know who a Jew is, bro. Let's be honest.
In the United States, it's nowhere close to that.
Nowhere close. So the United States came out at 9%.
That's what I
versus
mean.
like
That's so misleading.
Like West Bank, Gaza, 94%.
Bro, you ain't paying homeland, you jerk.
It's
it's
a surprising number, but then when you look at the reaction around the world to
well, let
me
give you something that's interesting. So in Western Europe, where we've seen a number of really violent, ugly anti-Semitic acts, that actually is a region with only 17% on average.
Up from 9 here, though.
Sure, but look at places like Sweden, Canada, Norway. They have 9%, 8%.
Where's the 50? Where does it get skewed?
It gets skewed in the Middle East. Which is 76%. It gets skewed in sub-Saharan Africa and Asia. Again,
so if we were just
talking like all about places. Oh, stop right there. Stop right there.
What would that number look like?
It sounds like all these areas. See, he's trying to play with these numbers too. It gets scared, bro. No, these are the areas where y'all not from. And y'all going and trying to pose y'all motherfucking way on these areas where y'all know y'all ain't from. The Middle East. Where you from?
Now notice,
nigga.
Now notice this. Notice all them places where he talking about all this anti-Semitic stuff. So he claiming, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are areas where they South Africa, Palestine.
The more darker plague people.
Yeah.
Heavily populate.
But notice,
lying ass.
But notice he's saying that's where the most anti-Semitic sentiment at. Well, duh, because you ain't supposed to be there, goddammit. That ain't even hard to figure out. He actually
You trying to subjugate them to y'all culture, y'all rules and stuff. Subjugate them people, bro.
He let you know.
That's what they do. They move these people over and then they act like they motherfucking victims and stuff, bro. I'm not saying nobody ain't not get done to no harm, get done to nobody. I'm not saying that. But as you telling the other side, what are y'all doing to these other people? Are y'all bringing in disease? Do y'all even care about that? Bringing in contraband and disease to these other countries? Do you even care about that? Obviously, they don't.
He a lying man. But you know what? He is actually, I can tell like he lying, but he kind of telling the truth through deception, though, saying we're only similar. Yeah, because dang on, you ain't supposed to be there. All right, let me keep going.
What we conclude at ADL is by the way, this won't surprise where Joe was going, I think, a minute ago. You have a handful a vocal, violent minority who's terrorizing, if you will, not the silent majority, but the silenced majority. So whether they're on...
So hold on, he's saying silence is violent. This nigga snake, bro.
Concealing
This
their
nigga
identities,
dangerous,
screaming
bro.
at Jewish students, or they're in European capitals like Amsterdam committing a pogrom. It's a small group of emboldened
Let me ask you this, and not that there should be a competition for what religion or race is more.
That means so he's saying silence.
But no, I
silence
know.
is
But my
violence. That's
question
what
to
he's
you
trying
is,
to
if
say.
you were to look at racism, if you will, against either races or other religions, how does this compare?
Well, look, this is the most extensive poll of anti-Semitic attitudes in the world. We didn't look at, let's say, anti-Black racism or anti-Asian sentiment. It might be interesting to do that. We know in the United States,
Right, you did look at
unfortunately,
it.
Jews
You
are the
know
most
why?
targeted minority.
Because it's the highest.
Per capita
And he
basis,
don't get it
despite
twisted.
the
These
small number.
white motherfuckers be
So I
hating on them,
think
the
all
Asian motherfuckers, the
prejudice
Chinese
is
motherfuckers
bad,
too, bro.
but
Be kicking
seeing
them in
this
their ass.
upsurge of anti-Jewish
Don't get it twisted.
sentiment, seeing this conflation of people upset about Israel's
Nigga,
policies,
how you let it drop
thinking they can
motherfucker
vandalize
you can, nigga,
synagogues,
period,
beat up Jews, and
oh my God.
very
Stop it,
problematic.
stop it,
So
stop
you
it.
just laid out the
Stop it.
numbers. The question is, what's the solution to
that's
that?
not good.
Stop it, bro.
Hey,
Ain't this a come?
At least he did say that they're not looking at that data. He did tell you that.
They're not gonna look at that data. It's not their job. Their job is to exploit the data and give all these. But why y'all? Whoa, hold on. Let me ask you a question, bro. Right. These can be yes or no answers, bro. Or you can elaborate. I'm asking though. German scientists, right? Operation what?
Mockingbird.
Mm.
No,
Okay. Paperclip. Okay. Who allegedly built these so-called atomic bombs and stuff and dropped it on who? Who was part of that?
U.S.
And?
Germany.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. So if people, I'm just saying, in defense, if people did have something against it, would be because you niggas do destructive shit to people.
Mm.
And then you hide in plain sight as, oh, we're the victims. Oh, we're protecting our children. Okay, well, what about other people's children? Obviously, you don't give a damn. You said it out your mouth, you don't give a damn about Black Asian children. Damn them. They got bombs dropped on them. Damn them. Black motherfuckers, they got bombs dropped. We got bombs dropped on us in America, bro. Imagine who was behind these bombs being dropped.
Well,
hold on. Don't Israel drop bombs?
Shit, doing it right now. It's shit.
What we doing? Man.
He can tell you that.
Well, here's the good news. So
he getting paid to do his job.
Again,
I can honestly say
that anti-Semitism is a problem and government should do something about it. Look, I'm optimistic about the Trump administration, that they're going to take some strong action. We're getting signals from Mar-a-Lago. That's going to happen. That's a good thing no matter how you vote.
And when you say strong action,
what is?
I mean, what is strong? I mean, look, it looks like we may be getting closer to some kind of, I don't know, a resolution, a settlement, a ceasefire, something, in Israel and Palestine. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you think that that's...
God willing, the hostages will come home. So, God willing, they'll be back. We want that.
So
absolutely.
How much does that change this dynamic, or does it at all?
Well, look, I think I just got back from spending a week in Israel. I can tell you that deterrence, the Israeli government feels like deterrence has been reestablished. What happened in Gaza with Sinwar and Daif, what happened in in Lebanon to Hezbollah and Nasrallah, the pagers, the walkie-talkies, all of it. The Israelis feel like deterrence has been reestablished. That's a good thing, but that doesn't change the fact that here at home, governments need to act, and I'm optimistic. Maybe it'll be Department of Justice, Department of Education.
To do what? To cut federal dollars to universities that allow these things to happen? Is that what you're talking about?
I think we need stronger action against universities, which don't seem to enforce consequences. I think we need to see stronger cases against people. Like if you're not a U.S. citizen and you violate the law, there needs to be action.
You saw the article that anything on the nuclear facilities has been pushed back, but there was rare collaboration between the outgoing administration and the incoming administration.
Now check this out. Since this interview, that actually happened. Because remember, they said that if you protest Israel and you from another country, they're gonna deport you. So what he's saying actually already, some of this shit just actually started already hitting the books. Crazy shit, ain't it? Ain't they wild? See?
No, it's in Gustavo. This is King Alpha's plan, baby. They run it.
That's right. As you mentioned. But he said, you heard him say that the incoming Trump administration.
Rex 44.
The incoming Trump administration.
Mm-hmm.
He said that. He said that they're gonna we're looking at them to do some things about it. And the first week they was in office, they did put in anti-Semitism executive order. And like he said, we gotta do something about the colleges. Universities.
Bro, they own the universities, allegedly. Or they heavily populate them. But what they saying? Or not? I ain't seen no videos of nobody going into no. What the videos at, bro? This nigga talking. What the videos at?
Well, I'm gonna put you what's on their website. Look at what's on their website. There you go.
Man, they ain't got no video, bro. We living in all the surveillance they got, bro, and they ain't got no video. Oh, we don't want to traumatize our people.
Here go a press release on ADL. ADL condemns Kanye West's latest anti-Semitic rants. Mis- and disinformation trends and tactics to watch in 2025. ADL elects 5 new members to board of directors. Matter of fact, let's see who them 5 new board members are. So I know who they is. Stephen F. Finman, Jonathan Kober, Max Newberg, Paula Pretlow, and Oliver Weisberg, Chief Executive of Blue Pool Capital. I might have to spend some time looking at who these guys are sooner or later. Oh, this guy Kober is a prominent investor and business leader in Israel's private equity and technology sectors. Oh my. Okay, asset management.
So they surveilling everybody. For him to say he bro, you mean y'all went around to 100 countries, bro? Allegedly. You say you interviewed 60,000 people. Come on, man. Right.
Damn.
They say they interviewed 60,000 people out of 100 countries.
Bro, what? How to when and what kind of time span?
That's what I'm saying. What you use? What you using? AI machines? What you using? Androids? What you using?
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. This last guy, Weisberg, went to Harvard as a fluent Chinese speaker. He built his career in private equity and hedge fund investing in Asia, including roles at Goldman Sachs.
And that's anti-Asian, anti-Chinese, because they don't speak Chinese anyway.
He joined Blue Pool in 2015, where he manages sports investments as a minority owner of BSE Global and the Miami Dolphins. I told y'all these motherfuckers be in these motherfucking sports teams. I kept saying these motherfuckers was in there. Damn. Right there, the Miami Dolphins. See what I'm talking about? Interesting. Yeah. But that's ADL's website. And they just put 5 new board members on there. So, yeah, what it is, man.
I thought Chinese people speak Mandarin.
Say what?
I thought Chinese people speak Mandarin. They speak. Because I'm tripping.
Mandarin?
Yeah, Mandarin.
Hey, look, man. Didn't nobody say they don't be lying. All right, let me play this video. Oh, shit. Here we go. Let me put this up. Let me play this right quick before I get off here. Hold on. I talk about this one.
That sandwich a little less lonely by adding free chips and a free drink after 2 p.m.
Stop researching with ChatGPT. Its information is not reliable, and
disturbing
Man,
moment.
Bro.
As the passenger appears to lose control. A flight attendant jumping in to subdue the man, at times punching him, trying to get the passenger to release the hair of 32-year-old Eric Ramos sitting in front of him.
I really wasn't sure what was happening in that moment. I was afraid that this person was going to start punching me.
Erica escaping the seat and the flight attendant calling for backup. Erica says the attack caused painful swelling and she's still getting headaches 9 days later.
There was a moment where we actually see your face in that video turn around and look at him. What were you thinking? And did you say anything to him?
I did not say anything to him. I think I was just really in shock. From my understanding of things, he was having a psychotic episode, and I didn't necessarily want to interact with him and possibly make things worse.
The plane, still on the ground, was scheduled to fly to Portland, Oregon from Oakland, California on February 1st. But after the chaotic ordeal, it was forced to return to its gate so authorities could intervene.
It's not every day that you see flight attendants throwing punches to try to subdue an unruly passenger. Was that the right move there?
Okay, stop.
The flight attendant who had to respond to this took the immediate actions that.
Bro, for one, certain airlines have policies. Okay, that's how that works. It's not the Wild Wild West on the fucking airplane. You know what I'm saying? You can't just.
What passenger was it? Was he passenger 57? Oh.
Damn, I know. Was it man? And for two, you know what I'm saying? You doing all that shit and punch anything, dude. You can, motherfucker.
Bro, who the hell called me?
Motherfucker can punch something through the whole window. You can't be doing stuff like that on the airplane, bro. And for two, the what's the name are not certified to be putting their hands. That's why that's why they have airport police. And for three, why did she laugh? What was so funny about that? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's like, bro, why are you putting your hands on the dude? And why is he yelling like that? Oh, I get it. So this goes with this narrative. Plane crashes and people crash out on the plane. Okay. Mm-hmm. You see how they doing that? Plane crashing, niggas crashing out on the plane. Bro, come on, bro. Another something.
If you were able to take the crew member self-defense training, we're in a confined space. We cannot call for help. There's no other way to do this, and there was imminent danger here. And so the passenger needed to have action against them in order to stop what they were doing in severely harming another passenger.
Alaska Airlines telling NBC News in part that the man appeared to be experiencing a violent medical episode that involved an ongoing physical assault against other passengers and our crew. Our crew responded to the chaotic situation quickly and kept all guests safe, adding that the man has been banned from future flights. The airline has found itself at the center of increased public scrutiny recently after multiple high-profile safety incidents. It was an Alaska Airlines flight last January that had its door plug blow off the fuselage of a Boeing 737 MAX 9 midair. At the time, the airline saying incidents like this are rare and the passengers and crew landed safely. And in 2023, an off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot attempted to disengage the engines of a plane mid-flight. That pilot later telling investigators he had recently taken magic mushrooms. This latest incident resolving relatively quickly, but leaving passengers in shock as flying continues to drive Nitty to the breaking point.
Dana Griffin joins us from Los Angeles. I think all of us would be at the breaking point if that happened to us. Dana, what else did you hear from that passenger you spoke to about what led up to the incident we saw on video?
Yeah, well, Tom, Erica Ramos says that before the plane even left the gate, that passenger was overly chatty at first, then started hyperventilating and hitting his head on the back of her seat. She says he lost consciousness at one point, but once he regained it, that's when he grabbed her hair. She says she never spoke to him before or after the incident. And according to Alaska Airlines, that flight was ultimately canceled because one flight attendant, not the one in that video, determined that they were unfit to continue. And that is a safety call flight attendants can make if they've experienced mental or physical trauma, because they've got to be fully present in order to do their jobs. And Tom, as you just saw, sometimes it requires them to get physical.
Yeah, we've seen a lot on airplanes. I don't know if we've ever seen anything like that. Okay, Dana Griffin, we thank you for that.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or...
Bro, y'all really believe that, bro? That was ridiculous. But seriously, that lets you know too that lets you know how stupid they think people are. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, the thing is, why didn't he go? So he just starts freaking out. Why didn't he tell one of the flight attendants anything? Why didn't he mention anything? That's how you just start pulling hair and start yelling like yeah, that says a lot, bro. I get it, paid actors. That's what paid actors do. Because remember, look, I just showed y'all the the job what's that shit job fucking thing? The job application, remember? That was describing the crisis actors and what kind of crisis actors they want. Remember? It said people on plane crashes. You know what I'm saying? It said, you know what I'm saying? Tragic incidences. Telling you.
And the first human case of bird flu has now been detected in Nevada. While the CDC says the virus poses a low risk to the general public, officials say stopping the spread is a daunting task. Kim Paseth has more.
We now have a D1.1 variant in our dairies in Fallon. This has never been seen before in dairy cattle anywhere. Why it chose Fallon, we do not know. Obviously, we do have a lot of interface with wildlife and wildfowl there.
Dr. J.J. Goycochea, director of the Nevada Department of Agriculture, says bird flu is prevalent in the environment.
I will not sit here and lie to you. We will be in this for months. We have a long ways to go. My goal and Dr. Rolf's goal is to put this in a corner and see if we'll let it burn out. We are very concerned about what that wildlife nexus is going to do and where else it may already be that they haven't found.
The bird flu, currently spreading through animals and some people, has infected about 1,000 cattle herds in 16 states, including in Nye County in December. Distinct forms of the virus spread from wild birds have now infected Nevada cattle at least twice. The ag director reports 6 herds in Nevada are currently under quarantine. That's approximately 23,000 cows, but only dairy cows have been impacted, not beef cattle. In October 2022, 2 Canada geese were found dead at Sunset Park, later testing positive for the virus. Experts worry about the continuing spread and the difficulty of controlling infections in animals and the people who work with them.
PPE, we want to make sure all our dairy workers have all that equipment that they need.
And that was Fox's Kim Paseth reporting. CDC officials say the infected dairy workers' illness is mild and says there is no evidence the virus has spread to any.
WHR has blown me away through the customer service support. I use the chat quite a bit with some creative requests.
In today's Health Watch, flu cases, they are surging here in the U.S. According to the CDC, doctor visits for flu illnesses have reached the highest level since 2009 in at least 43 states and the District of Columbia. They are showing very high or high levels of flu activity, and there have even been some temporary school closures in some areas. CBS News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. John LaPook joins us now for more on all this. Dr. LaPook, thank you for being here. Why does this year seem to be worse than others?
Well, this is a brutal season, and people forget that there's a lot of variability year to year. I mean, the CDC website says anywhere from 9 to 40 million people get infected with flu every year, and everywhere from 6,000 to 50,000 people die. That's a lot of up and down.
It's a lot up and down.
So, why is it? What's going on this season? Not exactly clear. Maybe the strain that's out there is more contagion or more powerful. Maybe the flu vaccine out there is not well matched to it, although, it's too early to say that. But bottom line is, it's really out there and people need to be aware of it.
You mentioned the flu vaccine. Is it too late in the season, midpoint here, to still get it?
Absolutely not. So the CDC says everybody 6 months and older should get the flu shot unless, there's a medical contraindication to that, which is rare. And remember, flu season can go until as late as May. It takes usually about 2 weeks to kick in. So right in the middle of it, it's not too late.
Okay, not too late. If you have some sorts of symptoms, how do you know if it's the flu versus just common cold?
Well, in general, the cold symptoms are from the neck and above. The sore throat, the cough, the runny nose, and all that stuff. Once it starts going below the necks and you feel aches and pains and fever, you can have nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Have you ever had the flu? I have, and I felt like I couldn't move for a few days. I mean, every cell in my body hurt. It's important to make that diagnosis because if you make the diagnosis and you can get medication, Tamiflu or Xofluza, works best if diagnosed within the first 48 hours. So you got to stay in touch with your healthcare provider. And also you could get really sick. There are hospitalizations. So, stay in touch with your healthcare provider and know, okay, it's maybe time to go to the hospital.
In our final seconds here, how quickly do people generally bounce back from the flu?
Oh man, it can take a long time.
Really?
Everybody's variable. So, give yourself a break. This is a time to just say, okay, I'm going to give into it. Got a lot of rest. Things your mother can tell you. Rest, hydration, take it easy.
Yeah, watch a little TV. We got some great programming from 7 to 9. Dr. LaPook, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
crazy, but that's the way it goes, man. A lot of people got stuff to do.
Bro, come on, man. These motherfuckers, man. Why do they always say the same thing every year? Oh man, this is the worst case we've seen. Like, this is the worst case ever. Every year you say that.
You gotta sell it, man. Got to sell it. But yeah, man, been out. Yeah, been out like the snow, ice, rain, whatever. Wasn't that bad as people they made it seem. Wasn't no damn 5 inches like they said. But yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it was kind of slick. I just want y'all to, just relax. Oh yeah, Frank. Let me say this before I go. I did see the meeting with Trump and the guy from Jordan. The guy said, I think he said they'll take 2,006 children. But remember Trump was talking about buying Gaza?
Yep.
Well, he said this time, he didn't say they can buy it. He said they're going to take it.
See, how could honestly, see, that's why I don't like, see, I mean, I don't like none of them. But see, everybody, oh, he's so honest. No, he's not. See, he's playing the same game. He just playing the same game the rest of these motherfuckers. But see, Trump, for example, how we brought up the fact that Trump and them was transparent and shit, was showing us what he's going to do and shit, which is true. I like that part. But, bro, why are you low-key saying one thing and doing another, bro? What's up with you? That's somebody with no integrity.
Well,
that's somebody you can't trust. But see, that's all these politicians. That's what all these politicians do.
Well,
see,
what he said
he's talking on both sides of his ass.
Well,
and now you say he's gonna take it. That's even worse than buying the motherfucker.
Well, what he's saying is, he just said that he had a career in real estate. He said it's basically rubble. There's nothing left. He said they're gonna take it and cherish it and make it a beautiful place. So, but here's the thing: you saying there's nothing left, but guess what? If we're saying that, who caused the destruction? See? So it's called capitalizing. Like, last week y'all had a concert out there in California called Fire Aid, right? They said Kendrick Lamar didn't perform at it because he had a Super Bowl contract, but you had people, I think Lady Gaga and them, and they did a concert to donate to the wildfire. Matter they said some of the proceeds of the Super Bowl can go to the wildfires. Well, who caused the destruction to rebuild it? So the same thing in Gaza, same thing here, same thing all over. Matter of fact, since you played South Africa on your show, yeah. Hey, look, we want Starlink, we want to surveil. You don't want us to surveil? As a matter of fact, Elon Musk even told you one time, right on X, Twitter, we're gonna coup whoever we want to coup. It is. So people need to know what they're looking at when they're dealing with these people. Because these people, like you said, transparent, they do tell you, but they got the same imperialist mindset.
Thanks.
That's what it is. I mean, hey, look.
Exactly, bro.
But
imperialism.
And I will say this.
That's a good point.
We're gonna have to get into that. What is that thing? Oh, the King Alpha plan. We got to get into that because they'll tell you a lot about what they're doing.
That's what I was telling Chak.
Yeah. So you got to talk about it.
I played it before on my channel, but yeah,
you might have to go back. You might have to play it again and go back and depth with it because really, they tell you true what they're doing. See, this is why I get kind of like with people like, yo, really what they're doing is just the same colonizer mindset that they always had, right? Thanks. So it's nothing new. That's why I say I don't understand why people jumping on and stuff. See, when you get into this psyop of whether it's Doge or this, you even sometimes when they get into the race thing, it's really an imperialist mindset. Now, look, Dr. Lean was on the day, like he said, notice that right now Trump is in them going after all the BRICS nations, South Africa, Russia, Britain, but they won't unregulated AI. But this AI thing, this goes back to days, or actually even before Obama, because they were even talking about in the 1960s and 50s. One day, matter of fact, Barry White, the singer, had an interview saying that artificial intelligence will replace humans in 1983. So, gotta understand. Hey, look, a lot of things that people talk about, it's already been done. Script. Right. However, you don't know it because they get you so hooked on the diversion, right? Like even, they played the Super Bowl the other day. Like, watch Super Bowl's fine. I looked at some of it. It's cool, right? I was on people's house, but I noticed they had the thing, the stage set out like a checkerboard, like the Squid Games, and like damn, well, in the Squid Games you got the top, that's the elites running, then you got the bottom circle is the poor. I think the second layer, the rectangle, represents the masses. Yeah, something like that. So they showed it to you in the Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, Samuel Jackson had on with the hat, red, white, and blue. But I got to give Serena Williams credit. Hey, look, Serena Williams did expose one thing. Guess what? They never cared about the Crips and the Bloods anyway, because that was always control.
Peekaboo.
That's right.
Peekaboo.
Hey, that's a good song.
Yeah.
Hey, that Crips, you right, Crips and Bloods. That just goes to show you right, bro. That shit is sanctioned.
Yeah, that's what they showed you, because they had Serena Williams Cripple. And like my boy was saying, that, if that's your wife out there doing a diss on Drake dancing, what that means she think about you if she out there on the stage dissing another motherfucker. But that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. It's all fun and games, right? But yeah, they did play that Peekaboo song, and they played.
Hold on. You said why she out there if it's white? Bro, that nigga was dissing her. That nigga had a whole song dissing her and him and her husband. What you talking about? That nigga Drake is a chump, bro. Nah, I'm talking to the partner.
Yeah,
man, that nigga dissing Serena Williams and he dissed the husband. Yeah, man, that nigga a sucker.
Well, look, the only thing I will say about the chemistry, like, what did Samuel Jackson say? Too loud, too ghetto. And then he said, oh, you got your boys with you. Scorekeeper, the duck one life. And I was like, okay. And then I realized the other part when they brought the that's what America wants. Nice, calm. That's when SZA was singing up there on the stage and shit. So I realized that too. So when I looked at it, and then they played that Not Like Us, I said, yo, okay. So I see where they're getting at. But the Crip walking stuff letting me know that they won't, because back in the day, they said Serena was wrong for Crip walking. Now the Crip walking accepted, which means they never really cared about these gangs and shit the whole time. That was all a facade. Got you again. And guess what? The colors of the Crips are red and blue. Matter of fact, Snoop Dogg's supposed to be a Crip. And now I see a Crip that's on an anti-Semitism commercial with Tom Brady.
Damn. Ooh, bro.
He talking about staying in the hate. So Snoop Dogg to become and matter of fact, Snoop Dogg pushing T-Mobile with Starlink too.
Bro. You see that? They're all paid. You know what I'm saying?
Now
they're all paid. It's all, you feel me? They're all, you know what I'm saying?
That's Caesars. And look, let me say this. This is the one last thing I'm going to say. Watch this. The game was at where? Caesars Superdome. Julius Caesar said, feed them bread and circuses, and they won't care what we do. And they showed you that in the Super Bowl. They don't give a damn what you. This was like the Roman gladiators. And shout out to Mr. Trump, first president to ever attend a Super Bowl. Who else was there? Was Robert Kraft there? I think Meek Mill was there. So what I'm saying is, hey man, shout out to people in California you got to see Compton Zone. And shout out to people in New Orleans. The only thing I'm gonna say to people in New Orleans, hey man, they say y'all had a terrorist attack on January 1st. Man, they got that thing cleaned up real quick to have a Super Bowl. Damn, they got that. And the Super Bowl ain't get canceled. So what the hell was all that about? But right, you know what, man? John's information, man.
All right, man. Salute, man. Y'all holla at me. Catch me on XX Frank Nitty XX on YouTube, and then same on Instagram. And I got another Instagram, Frank Jones 8115. Man, y'all holla at me, man. Check out the content.
All right, Shaq, where you at? Well, Shaq Wild on YouTube, Shakir Edwards Facebook, and Shaq Edwards Instagram. Sure, Shaq Wild Instagram. But like I said, people just relax, put the dots together. Don't get caught in the sideshows. Too much BS. And don't stress yourself to death. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a lot of stressful things going on for people, and people is crashing out. I don't know about that crashing out in the plane though. I think that was bullshit. But
man, right.
But nevertheless, take your time, man.
All right, salute, yo.